This week, Christmas is coming to Oxford Street.
We've now got 12 hours to give in-store a Christmas makeover.
Tiny bit more. It just needs wiggling a little bit.
The lights are going up on Britain's busiest high street.
All good, another winner.
With more than 1 million extra visitors expected each week, things don't always go smoothly.
Move onto the pavement! Onto the pavement!
Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. Underground.
Christmas is upon us.
And overground.
My favourite shop is Oxford Circus.
It's November, and with Christmas a month away, it's the busiest time of the year on Oxford Street. Over the festive period, sales are expected to hit £2.5 billion. And spending per customer is up 60%.
Thank you very much indeed.
At Oxford Street's Disney store, another busy Christmas shopping day is coming to an end.
Bye, have a nice evening.
The last customers are leaving, but work on the street never stops.
We are officially closed.
It's 6 o'clock, just had our last guest leave, and we've now got 12 hours to completely turn the store around and give it a Christmas makeover.
For set dresser Tyrone, it's all about the preparation.
We start Christmas in July normally, so for us this is quite late now. It took a long time to get it right. We had to do a 1:5 scale model as well and make sure that it all worked.
The castle's integral to the store. It's the main focal point of Christmas, actually.
You've got to understand that this is where the magic is, right?
It'll look lovely and sparkly for Christmas.
As visual project manager, Becky's job is to make sure the Christmas redesign goes to plan.
Just up on your right, Ian. Tiny bit more. It just needs wiggling a little bit. Other way. That's it. Lovely.
To me, to you, to me.
Still got a few hours left to go, a lot of tidying up to do, and a lot of detail to check.
This isn't the only store having a Christmas makeover. Every window on Oxford Street is being decorated. In the UK, we spend £1.6 billion at Christmas. But with 45% of our gift shopping now online, Oxford Street is hoping to entice shoppers with its own festive transformation. But putting up 1.5 miles of Christmas lights is no easy task.
No power. You check the splitter. It's the thing with 3 plugs.
It's 10 p.m. and Nick's in charge of testing the lights and making sure all is well for the big switch on tomorrow.
There's a little bit of water ingress, so we're just changing out the plugs.
The power for these illuminations comes from 20 different shops on the street.
Some of the supply points are on the roofs, some are out first floor windows. Everyone requires separate access, so it's knowing where everything is, how it all works, and what happens if, for any reason, it goes off, how we can reset it.
There's been a tradition of Christmas lights on Oxford Street since 1959. And the lights this year are made up of nearly 2,000 baubles, lit by 750,000 LED bulbs.
Generator and some plugs and some bigger boxes.
With the store's power supply not yet sorted, Nick brings in a portable generator to test that the lights work.
This is a remote where the top button switches them on and the second button down switches them off. Partial lights, which is good.
So far, so good. But Nick still needs to test the rest of the lights tonight, ready for the big switch on, which usually draws an extra 1 million visitors to the street.
We have over 20 supply points. Unfortunately, they all seem to vary. At the moment, we're setting up at John Lewis, which is a large block.
But Nick's not the only person who wants to tap into the electricity.
Supply for the Christmas lights has been commandeered by some floodlights, and they've plugged into our supply. Are you doing these?
Yeah.
You know you've plugged your lights into our Christmas lighting supply?
No, it's the John Lewis supply.
Yeah, which is for the Christmas lights.
We agreed it with John Lewis.
While Nick's struggling to find a solution, 200 metres away, the decorations are up and the tree lights are twinkling. But is manager Victoria happy with progress?
So we're really pleased how this window's turned out.
Excellent. It's beginning to take shape.
One last character to go up when that bit's done.
Mickey Mouse.
You might want to go that way a bit.
Rotate slight
That way.
other way. Yes, very happy, yeah. Looks great. Just show you around the displays.
Okay. Yeah, it looks really good. I think the sparkle just adds to the magic.
Yeah, it does. So the guys are just adding snow to the pumpkin patch.
Definitely feels like Christmas now.
The festive magic has arrived here. But with an extra million shoppers expected to descend on Oxford Street, there's still a lot to get ready for Christmas. At Christmas, people come to Britain's busiest high street to shop, but they want to party too. And 5 minutes from Oxford Circus is the UK's only permanent ice bar.
Are they doing the assembly here, or are we doing most of the work off-site?
Revellers like to come and enjoy a drink here at sub-zero temperatures. And the Christmas party season is upon them.
The bar's great. You know, we're all set for Christmas.
It's vital that the bar is looking its best for the Christmas crowds. And owner Matt has decided the lion's centrepiece is the worse for wear and needs replacing.
Oh, 6 months is pretty long, and he's done quite well.
OK, big guy, it's time for your makeover.
All the statues in here were made by ice sculptors Clem and Percy.
Christmas is the busy time of the year.
But now the team face the challenge of making a brand new lion sculpture.
It's gonna be a very tight schedule, but you know. In here we got all the power tools.
The sculpture is made up of 1,200 litres of purified frozen water, pumped to remove bubbles and allow light to shine through. It's a whopping 1.2 tonnes. The new lion will be assembled out of 19 blocks that Clem and Percy carved in their workshop.
Here we got the tail.
And with the freezer set to -7, they have to dress for the occasion.
1, 2, 3, 4 layers.
The first stage of removal is straightforward.
This is a very delicate moment. We need to be careful not to ruin the wall, because this stays. It's only the lion that is gonna be removed.
You know you've plugged your lights into our Christmas lighting supply? And that's the only supply that does this whole bank of lights.
Electrical expert Nick is still trying to find power for the Oxford Street Christmas lights. The electricity is coming from 20 different stores, and the shop providing the biggest plug is John Lewis.
And unfortunately, it seems that mixed wires, excuse the pun, in terms of who's meant to be using the supply.
With both contractors needing access to the same power supply, it's time for negotiations.
But that's the only supply on the roof.
No, sure, but let's think about it.
Can you lose power now? So I can plug them in and see if this works?
Well, we're just in the middle of programming.
I mean, I know this is it's not your fault, it's not our fault, but I need to test them.
The question is, can the contractors agree a way so both can access the John Lewis supersocket? Further west along the street, yet another lighting crew are getting in festive spirits at Selfridges' flagship store. Founded in 1909, it's the second largest shop in the UK after Harrods, and it's a big draw on the street for shoppers at Christmas time.
It's part of London, isn't it? It's part of the history of London.
So far this year, they've used 1,500 glitter curtains inside their windows, decorating each one with a rock and roll Santa theme. But tonight, they're focusing on the outside.
No, you come this way, love. Come on the inside there.
Former market trader Des has a seasonal job with his brother and nephew installing Selfridges lights.
First hour is the worst hour because you're trying to set up everything and guide the traffic.
For public safety, they're blocking the pavement and have enlisted the help of some temporary traffic lights.
Liam, that's my nephew. He's guiding a bit of traffic in between because we're on the footpath, health and safety. He's got a very important job, keeping the road flowing. 12 o'clock here, we've got another 3 windows to do. We try and make sure all the brackets are safe, all the lights are in. This is where they lift it all up now, into place. It's very nice at the end of it, and all the rest of the lights are up. You know you're part of it and your team have done well.
But just when they thought it was going smoothly...
The lights are broken.
The lights are broken, I'm afraid.
With the traffic lights down, the lads' job just got that bit harder.
Stay there, we've got an ambulance. 1 second, we've got an ambulance there, so we'll keep that tidy. We've got a problem on the lights there. So we're just trying to control the 4 or 5 different junctions ourselves.
Luckily for them,
Liam, keep him there, mate.
the problem's short-lived.
The lights have come back on now, so which is a little bit of a relief to Liam.
Everywhere coming from 4 directions, quite hard to keep everyone happy.
We're putting the last bit of wires into the connecting box. That's the move, winner, Christmas dinner. Have a go.
And 12 display windows are now ablaze at the Selfridges department store, ready for Christmas.
Bingo, they're done.
The Selfridges lights are twinkling, but the main Christmas street lights still don't have power. But Nick's worked out a way to share.
We will have to do it manually from up there. It's the A-team. So into here. It's there, yeah. There's one power supply to do different operations. And so we've had to come up with an alternative way of powering them.
So there's enough juice to go round, Nick and his team have added extra cables and split the power supply.
All sorted. There we go. Magic. Fantastic.
The lights test is successful on this section of Oxford Street.
It's another block ready to go tomorrow.
But with over a mile of lights for Nick to illuminate, it could still go horribly wrong.
Worst case scenario is we have a huge failure and a transformer box blows up.
Failure is not on the agenda at Liberty's. It's 7 a.m. at the department store, less than 200 metres from Oxford Circus, where display artist Katie is decorating the windows.
The theme is a jungle Christmas, so we've got like lots of monkeys.
With 40 windows to transform, Katie's got her work cut out to finish before the store opens at 9 a.m.
This is my first Christmas installation. In fact, it's my first year installing anything.
The average UK adult spends about £250 on presents, but 1 in 14 of us shells out 1,000. And Liberty's festive windows are designed to entice the big spenders.
And it's going to be great being able to walk past this and being like, I installed that.
As a rookie, it's Katie's chance to prove her worth.
This bit's always like quite scary because you can be like pulling it back really fast and then suddenly this tears.
A change in weather could make the task even trickier.
I've never installed in the rain before. This material, it's all printed onto gold and the gold like tears quite easily, so I think if it's wet, it tears even easier. This isn't going very well.
With half an hour to go until the store opens, Katie won't make her 9 a.m. deadline, but she's not giving up.
Be nice to me. That didn't go so badly.
By the time the last of the stickers are up, the shop is full of Christmas shoppers.
Let's go for a 6. Okay, maybe like a 7.
From soggy lions to frozen ones. 100 metres away down in the ice bar, Percy and Clem are putting the finishing touches to their sculpture.
We managed to do everything without any damage. Good.
Over a ton of ice has been removed tonight. And another ton brought in.
We create the lion hollow because the light will basically reflect quite nicely all around the sculptures.
As the temperature in here is sub-zero, water poured into the joints of the blocks freezes and bonds them.
This is what we use as a glue.
You nearly down the shape.
It's time for the Mohican. Over the last 6 months, the old lion has been worn away by customers sitting on its back for selfies.
We put a little bit here for avoid people jump on the lion. That's it.
Yeah. This is fantastic. That's so good. We've given him this little extra bit here on his back, following down from his Dayglow punk mane, just to kind of keep it a little bit more, please don't sit on the lion.
Having spent 8 hours in -7 degrees, ice sculptors Clem and Percy can finally go and warm up. In Surrey, 20 miles due south of the ice bar, aerial photographer Jason is heading off for his Christmas shoot of Oxford Street.
It takes about 11 minutes to get into town, so we'll lift just before the sun's setting, and that'll give us about 50 minutes in town to shoot all around Oxford Street and Oxford Circus.
The world below looks serene, but the huge Christmas crowds drawn to Oxford Street also brings an increase in pickpockets. Uniformed and plainclothes police, like Sergeant Stamp, are on patrol protecting Christmas shoppers.
We're expecting around 1 million plus people on Oxford Street. It's that busy. Amongst those 1 million people, we have probably about 2% of those that are criminals that want to ruin your Christmas. They want to take your phone, they want to take your wallet, and they want to see you suffer. Those are the people we're out here to catch today.
While Sergeant Stamp is on the lookout for anyone trying to pickpocket, 800 feet above the UK's busiest high street, Jason's trying to nab the perfect picture.
My favourite shot is of Oxford Circus. You get swarms of people going down into the tube, so it's incredibly busy. And with the lights as well, all the Christmas lights, you get really dramatic shots.
Sergeant Stamp is trained to spot the signs that someone is about to steal.
This is a target-rich environment.
He's noticed someone acting suspiciously, and he's onto her.
She's right over there in the corner. You see her looking at clothing. She's got her back towards us, the hair down. Now she's got clothes in front of her as well, so she's using that as a shield. She's staring at those Asian women over there. So she's probably looking at trying to dip them. I just have to get myself into a position where I can actually see the dip. Once she's actually done a job, bang, we're gonna strike. We're gonna ruin her Christmas.
It looks like the woman's changed her mind and is leaving the store with Sergeant Stamp on her tail. From across the street, eagle-eyed Stamp spots the woman dipping into a handbag.
She's doing it now. She's just doing it now. She's just done it. Grab that lady. Police officer, stand over here. You're busted. You're under arrest for attempted theft person. You don't have to say anything about harm or defense. You don't mention one question, something that you're allowed in court. That's that. It's 2 victims, mother and daughter from Saudi Arabia, over here shopping, you know, enjoying the Christmas spirit. Lo and behold, what they didn't realize is there was a predator behind them trying to actually reach into her bag and steal from them.
Really amazing. I didn't expect that there is a police inside the street like this. Feel safety now, more safety.
We like Christmas cheer. We don't like victims of crime crying over Christmas. You're in cuffs and you're coming with me.
Attempted theft carries the same penalty as actual theft, and there are nearly 3,500 such incidents each year in the West End, with 400 of them happening at Christmas time.
Right, Merry Christmas. Job done.
The woman was later convicted of attempted theft, person. A good day's work for Sergeant Stamp. And it's been a success for aerial photographer Jason too.
It's a bit cold up there this time of year, but yeah, we've got everything we needed, all the Christmas lights, you know, that's classic London winter shots really.
The 1.5 miles of shops are about to close their doors for the day. But that doesn't mean Oxford Street will be sleeping. It's 1 a.m.
All trains have now departed, this station is now closed.
And the Tottenham Court Road Tube has just said goodbye to its last customers.
No, I'll take it over to the station, yeah.
Jason and Scott are responsible for putting up the advertising posters in the tube. Jason's been doing it for 8 years now and is the man in charge. A 200-poster Christmas advertising campaign on the tube costs over £100,000.
Go on then, mate. Yeah, you're good. One hand free here. Go on, mate. Let's come big, man. All good.
And tonight's a busy night.
Callback time tonight is 05:20, so we need to be out of here by 5 o'clock. So, yeah, well and truly out of the station before the trains start running.
The team have just 4 hours to put up 22 Christmas posters. Jason's in charge of safety on the tracks. And with the rails carrying 630 volts, that's a lethal amount of electricity.
This is what we call a crid. We check the current to make sure that it's off. If it's on, it flashes like this. All their lights are in my hands, really. Not for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. It should be off. The lights are on in the tunnel.
He doesn't need to use the crid to tell him the track's still live.
This section looks like it's still on. Yeah, it's still on. It should be off. The juice is still on that side. Yeah, it's still on.
Jason can't let his team work on live tracks. And time's running out if they're going to get the tube posters up tonight, ready for Christmas. But Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without a tree. And this being Oxford Street, it has to be bigger and better than anywhere else. Just south of the street near Bond Street Tube is Berkley Square, one of London's most exclusive addresses. It's early morning and the square's receiving a Christmas present.
We're putting the Christmas tree in for Berkley Square.
As soon as the tree was chopped down, Vaughan drove it over 100 miles from the woods outside Birmingham to Oxford Street.
That's it, still standing up.
But Vaughan's not out of the woods yet.
It seems to be getting bigger every year, because normally it don't hang off the back of the trailer, but now it's hanging off the back of the trailer.
At 52 feet, the Christmas tree is the height of 3 double-decker buses.
It is not easy getting in and out in the dark.
Plant technician Jim is clearing the way for Vaughan's lorry to bring the tree into the square.
We have to take a section of the railings out to obviously drive the lorry and the tree in.
But they've hit a problem.
No? This little steel bar that sits in there to rest the railings on, it's being a bit awkward.
You're not pulling hard enough.
No.
If they can't get the bar out, there will be no Christmas tree in the square this year.
Go on, pull it.
25 metres below ground on the central line,
Right, boys, we're going to check the juice.
the poster team have got a lot of work to do, but they can't get started until the electricity is off.
There's no lights flashing, so the juice is off and it's safe to go on the track. You start work.
I'm going to sit up and crack on.
Do you want to start now? Yeah. Yes, mate.
Yeah, coming in, Rob. Where are we starting from?
Jason realises they're not alone.
There's a little mass on the platform with hats. They lose loads of hats. Wallets, I found loads of wallets, phones. I just can't believe how many people lose their iPhone. Oh, there's another one. Loads of mice. I don't mind them. I see them every night now. They don't faze me, the mice.
The mice might not bother Jason, but he's wrestling with the poster backing.
It's going to be a tough one tonight. This is coming off in bits, as you can see. It's taken a lot longer than I thought.
Christmas is a busy time for the station, with an extra 40,000 pairs of eyes per day catching sight of the posters. So Tottenham Court Road Tube is a prized spot for advertisers keen to reach Christmas shoppers.
So you're starting there, Dan? OK, we'll start posting then. This is the fun part. The hard bit's finished now.
Scott, that's wrong. You doubled up on the sheets.
No, they in the yard.
Yeah, I know. You can't post it like that.
No.
With duplicate pieces to the jigsaw, they need to find another poster.
Unless there's one in the bag on the other platform that we can use.
Yeah, what is it, Cirque du Soleil, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
I'm hoping we've got it in here, because then what we'll do is we leave the previous bill on the wall for this side, and then there's no problem. Well, where we strip that side now, if we ain't got it in here, we're going to have to leave that as a blank site. It don't look like... Jay, we ain't got it, mate.
Have you find the office?
I'll phone them now. It's Jason, mate. We've got 2 sheets the same at the top. So it's going to be a blank 48 site here. Yeah, I know.
If Jason can't solve the problem, commuters will be staring at a big gap in the morning.
We're behind. We should be, ideally, we should be on the other side by 2:30. Have you got a 16 filler in your van?
If they can find a filler poster to plug the gap, they'll be back on track.
Have you got one?
Oh, he's got one, that's brilliant. Good news, he has a filler.
We're done this side now.
Well done, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Jason has successfully filled the gap.
Good night, long night, tired night. Christmas is upon us. I love Christmas. Proper drink up and be in a festive spirit. See you later, Scott. See you, Rich.
Back at Berkley Square, and the team are still battling to remove a fence post that's blocking the path.
If we had to cut it out, then we would be struggling to actually put it back together later.
If it don't come out, I'll get a crane on it.
Yeah, you'll pull it out of the ground and off the ground.
I'm not driving over it.
And finally...
Yeah, it's done, yeah?
all that remains is for Vaughan to manoeuvre his 8.5-foot wide truck through a gap that's barely any bigger.
Wants to go to my right. Your right. Yeah, surprise, huh? Yeah, very nice. It'll start to lift the tree up and then the fun and games start because we have to try and swing it in between the trees that are here all the time.
But the Christmas tree is the height of a 5-story building.
Are we past?
Yeah, you've got the lift, isn't it?
Still going to be close.
We're there. Hey, look at that. Yeah, you there?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just as the Norway spruce is safely in place,
It's leaning, Dave.
Put a couple of bits of wood this side and I'll pull it to it.
with the tree looking wonky, the men need to work through the night if the square's going to light up for Christmas. But they're not the only team of Christmas elves working to give Oxford Street a seasonal makeover.
It's literally 5 o'clock. The plan is to clad the entire building in baubles. There's baubles in all of these boxes. And I think we need to do it before breakfast, which is in 3 hours.
Florist duo Latoya and Lizzie have given themselves the challenge of decking Harry's bar with 2,000 green baubles. Inspired by its legendary namesake in Venice, this glamorous 1950s-themed restaurant attracts London's glitterati morning, noon and night.
All of these pieces have got to go together now like a puzzle. There's some sort of pattern to it. I hope someone here is good at puzzles. There's pressure. We're under pressure. There's pressure.
The pair will be covering boards with moss, onto which they insert the baubles. But before they can even get started, they've hit their first hurdle.
It's literally got a flat on the street now. Can you change tyres? We've only got floral skills.
But the team won't allow themselves to become deflated.
So the focal colour is green for Harry's, that's their branding. We are going to add a bit of red and gold in, just because we want to make it look Christmas. We don't want to look too Grinch. Time is precious and we don't really have any.
But just as they were getting one problem fixed,
The RAC man's here to help us.
another rears its head.
Is that the van? He's hitting it, yeah. He is literally crushing our van. He's just ripped the whole side of a van off. This is what it's like in London. It's just too many people trying to do things at the same time, so it can't be helped. I mean, luckily the man's really nice. Can I take your details? Is that all right? He just asked, have I damaged the van? I was like, yeah, mate, definitely damaged it. You practically dragged it up the road. Floristry is not for the faint-hearted.
Fortunately, they settle the damage amicably.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So Lizzie and Latoya can get on with decorating.
Hopefully no one's cladded the building in as many baubles as we're intending to today. Yeah.
Christmas doesn't wait for anybody. It's all hands to the pump and we work like Christmas fairies.
And it's all hands to the tree at Berkley Square as the team are about to carefully unfurl the giant 52-foot Norway spruce. 8 million real Christmas trees are sold in the UK each year, but you'd struggle to get one as big as this into your living room.
Until we undo it, we never know what we're up against.
But Jim's got a gripe.
The top of the tree is really lovely looking, but then as you start to look down, it's very sparse. It's not a good day.
Luckily, they have some spare branches.
See if we can patch some in so it's not quite so empty when you look at it from down the street, and then it'll be a beautiful tree.
Well, you want to try that?
Yeah, we bring the cherry picker up, park it on the other side. We'll try and get that there, and then with a wire maybe suspend it up that one.
Competition to have the best tree around Oxford Street is fierce.
No worries, we're professionals.
And Jim's determined to address the balance.
Looks much better, doesn't it, now that we've put them branches in? You can't really see it so much now. I'm pleased with that, yeah, very pleased.
Once the lights are up, the team can start thinking about breakfast.
We're all finished now, so I'm having my cup of coffee and then I'm going home to put my Christmas tree up.
By the time the team have finished, it's 7:30 a.m. and Oxford Street has woken up. The stores employ an extra 4,000 workers in the lead up to Christmas to help cope with the extra million shoppers expected each week, who spend more than £40 million per hour.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And another countdown will be underway tomorrow for the biggest switch on of them all, the Oxford Street Christmas lights. Just off Oxford Street, florists Latoya and Lizzie have been working since the crack of dawn, installing 2,000 baubles onto the front of the Italian Harry's Bar, famous for the invention of the Bellini cocktail.
We rarely have the luxury of time, so the time to stop is usually when the clock runs out.
But Oxford Street has woken up, and so has the restaurant. The manager had expected the decoration to have finished.
Can I ask you...
How long?
Yes.
How long have we got?
A couple of hours.
2 hours? Is that okay?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
The team give one last big push to get the job done.
Lights are going in, which is nice because that's the final step, so it's the home stretch.
8 hours after they started, the team can begin to see the light at the end of the bauble.
Oh, it looks nice. Thank you, my dear. Guys, you're the best. This is the best part of the day. It's all done, stress is over, and it's all worthwhile.
But the stress may just be beginning elsewhere on Oxford Street, because today the Christmas lights will be switched on. The illuminations draw an extra 1 million visitors to the street. PC Tyler O'Hare is starting his shift, and it will be his job to deal with the crowds.
This will be the location later on where the Christmas light switch on will be. It'll be closed temporarily for the lights to be on. It sort of announces the start of Christmas for here.
This evening, Tyler's attention will be focused on crowd control, while the stores are hoping to cash in on the influx of potential shoppers who will be descending on the 5 million square feet of retail space on Oxford Street.
Yeah, that looks good, and also it hides it.
Department store House of Fraser is hosting some pop-up events to entice the public in. Here to make sure it all goes smoothly is service manager Stephen.
Hello.
Want to try one?
I bet not. I'm going to have to come get one later, actually. I think I need one after today. We've got to support the high street. We need people in here. We want people to spend.
With 20% of fashion retail sales happening online, the high street is suffering.
We need to find about another 5, maybe 6,000 customers. I'm basically just spinning the plates, keeping them all spin. Fingers crossed it'll be okay.
But not everything is going to plan.
No, not set up. I've got no setups or anything. I don't suppose you've seen any sign of a DJ. Got a missing DJ.
With the hunt on for some music at House of Fraser, 500 metres further along Oxford Street, they're already tuning up for the big night.
This is the 100 Club on Oxford Street, the oldest live music venue anywhere on the planet. We're coming up to Christmas now. We will be very, very busy up until about the 21st, 22nd of December. There's been live music in this venue since 1942. We do everything from jazz to blues to punk to northern soul.
Tonight, boy band Busted's dream is coming true on Oxford Street.
I personally have wanted to play the 100 Club for about 20 years. I've been here probably 20 times to see different things. Some of them fantastic, some of them shocking. But it's one of those places.
Hopefully we'll be one of the fantastic ones.
We will hopefully be one of the fantastic ones.
The crowds are pouring in and the band are ready to play. But at House of Fraser, Stephen would be thankful for some music of his own.
Still got a missing DJ. No one's seen the DJ that we've got for first floor. Testing, testing.
And as luck would have it...
Ah, hello, DJ's here. Hello. Everything's ready now. The third floor set up here. We're ready for the fashion show, so Tiaba's just getting her team to have their makeup done.
With the party started at House of Fraser, outside at Oxford Circus, it's doubly busy, as it's rush hour for commuters, plus the crowds are building up for the Christmas lights switch on.
But there's a lot more people here than anticipated. Onto the pavement, please, guys.
You cannot stand on this central reservation. We need to keep it moving, please.
Move onto the pavement! Onto the pavement!
With the crowds contained and out of the road, the moment they've been waiting for is finally here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Another Christmas is launched on Oxford Street. But the shops will only be closed for one day, because now they'll be getting ready for the next big event, the January sales.